Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game from the history of chess. So in this chess game we have Mikhail Chigorin with the white pieces and his opponent was Isidor Gunsberg with the black pieces, two of the leading chess players from the late 19th century of chess, and this was from the Chigorin-Gunsberg match from 1890, and this match was played in Havana, Cuba, and this was the 11th game of the match. And this was a very exciting interactive chess game. So e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, c3, the Ponziani opening, knight to f6, d4, knight takes on e4, d5, and then attacking the knight, knight back, knight takes on e5, and not capturing the pawn with being greedy, but developing a piece. So if capturing the pawn, white is going to castle and white is going to be ahead in the development. And that is not very good for black, so developing the bishop and both players castled. Chasing the bishop with the pawns, bishop to g5, and this looks like an annoying pin. So h6, bishop to h4, d6, knight to c4, knight from b to d7, a4, and threatening to trap the bishop with pushing the pawn, so making room for the bishop, and simply eliminating the bishop, and white has the bishop here. c4, knight space advantage for white in the queen side, knight goes back for supporting the pinned piece. So f4, a very important move, also controlling on g5 and e5. So a5, knight to c3, a takes on b4 and knight to e4, big pressure on the knight on f6, rook over, queen to f3, b6, rook over. So maybe Gunsberg was afraid and he played rook over, rook back to f8, because maybe he was afraid that knight takes knight, knight takes, and then bishop takes and black can't capture with the queen because then rook takes rook. So we have rook over and then bishop to c2. The simple idea is to play queen to d3 and then removing the defender, eliminating the defender of the h7 mate idea. And if knight takes knight, then bishop takes knight. So bishop to b7, queen to d3, we have g6. If bishop to a6, some random move, this would be a blunder because of knight takes on f6. And after knight takes, black has to capture back with the knight. That was check and threatening checkmate. And then bishop takes, both attacking the queen and at the same time threatening checkmate. So if queen takes, checkmate. So this was the big threat from this diagonal of death. g6, closing the diagonal, knight takes, and then Chigorin played an amazing move. Can you guess the next move of Mikhail Chigorin? He played a stunningly beautiful move in this position. Well, did you see rook to e6? Throwing the rook in, and how to defend bishop takes or rook takes knight, and sacrificing the rook, but we have b3. Why not capturing the rook? Well, this is going to allow queen takes on g6, removing the f-pawn, only move bishop takes, and there is only two moves for black. This is check. Black is either going to capture with the queen and getting checkmated, or rook takes and getting checkmated. So basically there is forced checkmate. So rook to e6, what a move, and black can't touch the rook. So desperate b3, but then bishop takes on f6 with attacking the queen. After defending the queen, bishop to c3, and you can see that both the bishop and also the rook is hanging, and black played f6. Well, Gunsberg didn't want to capture the rook because then check and how to defend. We can also see the beautiful teamwork of the two bishops. So the only defense is with the queen, and then white is going to capture the queen, checkmate. So bishop to c3, and what happens if capturing the bishop? Then rook is going to smash in, and if king to h7, check and checkmate. And if capturing the rook, then check and checkmate again, the same scenario. So bishop to c3 and threatening rook takes actually in this position. So black is closing the diagonal of that. But then bishop takes on f6. Threatening queen takes on g6 and then checkmating the king. Blocking with the queen is going to be the only defense. So rook takes, and Chigorin is a rook up. Pawn takes bishop, rook takes on g6, and this is completely losing for black. King to f8. If king to h8, Gunsberg didn't want to play this move because of check, and if blocking with the queen, getting checkmated in one move. If king to h7, then queen to f6, and there is no good defense against rook takes on h6, king goes back, and then rook to h8, checkmate. So an amazing attack by Mikhail Chigorin, the father of the Russian school of chess. So king to f8 by Gunsberg, rook to f6, king to e7, not king to g8, because then rook takes on h6, queen to g3, and hunting the king is next. You can't try to block with the queen because of rook to g6 and winning the queen. So king to e7 and then queen to g6, and after this move, Isidor Gunsberg resigned. There is no good defense against rook to f7 and winning the chess game. Basically, actually black is getting checkmated in this position. There is no defense, so let's say a random move. Rook takes on a4, then rook to f7, king goes back, rook to f8, and if moving the king, getting checkmated, and if blocking with the queen, getting checkmated again, and if trying to flee, then check, and black can only block with the queen, getting checkmated, or he can move the king and getting checkmated again. What an incredible chess game by Mikhail Chigorin. So this is how he defeated his strong rival. So this was the stunningly beautiful move by Chigorin. Did you see rook to e6 at this critical moment of this chess game? And this is the winning move actually in this chess game. There is no sensible defense after this move. Okay, so this is the final move. At move 31, Gunsberg resigned. So thank you so much for watching. I tried my best to commentate this little bit complicated chess game, an amazing attacking chess game by Chigorin. I hope you have enjoyed watching this game, and I hope to see you again. Take care and bye bye.